Hello, welcome back to the Pharian Raspberry Pi Club. Today we're going to show you how to connect up your Raspberry Pi 4B with all the bits that you're going to need to get up and running. So obviously we need the Raspberry Pi 4B. You'll need your SD card, which you've either installed the Raspberry Pi OS or you've got noobs on there, whichever version you're doing, but you will need your card. If you've got a case, there we go, there's your case. You will need your keyboard and your mouse. You will need your power supply. And you will obviously need your screen with the HDMI cable. I'm using a TV screen with an HDMI input, and I've got a standard full-sized HDMI cable, and I'm going to be using a little adapter that converts the full-sized HDMI to the micro HDMI. You may have a cable that just changes from full-size to micro, and that's it. We're ready to get it all plugged together. Okay, it depends on your case. With my one, I can actually put the SD card in first before I put it in the case. You may need to put your Raspberry Pi into its case first before you put the SD card in, but with mine it's okay. So here's my SD card. If we turn over like so, you see it actually sort of goes in this way. Make sure that it just slips in nice and gently and is fully in. If you're forcing it, so if you do try to put it in the wrong way, it's not going to work. And if it's starting to go at an angle like that, don't force it. Just gently take it out and gently put it back in the right way round. Then my case is in 3 parts, so I'm just gonna slip that on there, and I'm gonna put the top on like that. It should all just clip down really nicely, and it's all nice and secure. Okay. For the mouse and keyboard, we're going to use the USB 2.0s here. We'll save the faster ones for something else. So it really is this simple. We'll get the mouse, which we'll put in that one. We'll get the keyboard, which we'll put in that one. If you are using a mouse and keyboard combination that runs off a little dongle, you can just slip it into one of those. You would need to make sure that it's paired up with the little dongle on a different computer first, but then it should work. You just put the little Bluetooth pickup dongle into here, and then your wireless mouse and keyboard should work. So there's our mouse and keyboard in there. If you are connecting to the Ethernet, you will need an Ethernet cable, which pretty much goes in there. It's pretty obvious which way it goes round. I am actually going to connect this to the Wi-Fi anyway, but yeah, that's how the Ethernet cable will go on. I'll just leave the top would go on like that, etc. I'll just leave that off for the moment so you can just see what's going on inside. And then the last thing we need to connect up is the HDMI screen, and we're going to put it in HDMI 0 here. That's the first HDMI. And that goes, hopefully you can see that. My hand is probably in the way. But as simple as that, there's my screen connected up, and then all that leaves us to do is get the power supply, and we're ready to fire up. So for me, I don't have a switch on my power supply, so I would just, when I'm ready, I would just put that in. But if you have a switch, you can plug that in ready and then just turn the switch on when you're ready to fire up the Pi. That's it.